budget phones. This is pretty much why I'm sitting here right now and having a look at this, is because I like budget stuff. I don't mind spending, $100 or something on something that's going to last me a while. I'm not going to say anything about the iPhone X. I swear I'm not going to say anything about the iPhone X, the overpriced piece of... Anyways, what we have in front of me today is this smartphone. This can be purchased for about $70 Australian. I don't know what that is in USD, but I want to see how the smartphone market is still kicking if you really just want to buy something quite cheap off eBay. You don't want to go to the shops and buy one and, yada yada yada. You've got something that's unlocked, dual SIM, etc, etc. So, what do we get? And just before I continue, I'm going to say this. For $70, the phone isn't actually constructed that bad. It's got this sort of aluminium sort of frame around here, and it does actually feel kind of sturdy. It sort of looks like an HTC phone, with the sort of speaker grills there, sort of an HTC 7 I think it is. Now if you wanted to purchase this off eBay, there's a number of funny pictures. I'll pretty much splice some images here and there of what this phone has to offer. But for the meantime, let's go around the phone and have a look at the specs. Now, I'm probably going to butcher the name, and I apologise, but this is the X-Godi? I can't pronounce it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So anyways, let's have a look at the phone, and then we'll get into powering this on and seeing what it does. It's a smartphone. What do you expect it to do? So at the front of the phone here we have a single camera and a little proximity sensor. I don't think there's an LED flash built in there. And what presumably is a big massive speaker grill. Same as on the bottom here, and capacitive buttons, which we don't really see much of nowadays on regular flagship mobile phones, but because this is a budget one, that's what you get. Around the phone is just the power key and the volume rocker. And then we have a micro USB port and a headphone jack. There is also this nice little ding that I did not do, and I bought it second hand, and that's how it was. Not my fault, sorry. But you can see the aluminium frame just a little bit better around this whole entire phone. And here's a speaker grill, which you presumably think there's two there, but there's only one. And a rear-facing camera and an LED flash. Now the back is sort of textured, so if you're holding it, it's sort of got a bit of grip to it. It's not just a flat back finish or anything like that. It's actually sort of, yeah. But it is definitely grippy, which is good. And we can see here that there is a hole for a microphone. There should be a microphone installed, and I don't think there's another one. So I think we'll only get mono recording out of this one. Now we're prying off the back cover here, which unfortunately no flagship does anymore. Sad. And we have the back cover, which has this sort of honeycomb ventilation, I would say, or if it's just there for decoration. I have no idea, but it should dissipate some of the heat from the battery, if that's what the battery's going to do. Hopefully it doesn't catch on fire. And now we can see that there's only one speaker grill as opposed to two, so then it leaves you going, okay, well what's behind the speakers at the front? Is it just there for decoration, or does it hide something? And here is the battery, which is the 2600 mAh battery for 3.7 voltage. Production date is 2016, so yes, it's a relatively new smartphone if you want to put it like that. And the back of the battery is just plain. And we can see here that we have the back camera, one single LED flash, and we can see the dual SIM and SD card slot all sort of built into this very, very compact design. I mean, it's really, really difficult to see, but the SD card is just slightly under there. Now here we have on the back the name of the phone, which I still don't know how to pronounce. But it is a Model X200, rated 5 volts at 1000 milliamp, okay. GSM, it doesn't do 4G, only 3G, made in China, 2 IMEIs, and a serial number that really looks very generic-y, doesn't it? Also, I have to laugh at this, it's got a high quality stamp right there, so that you know you're getting something high quality. I mean, it could be wrong, could be high quality, we'll see. We've got to get to the power on first. So I've kind of read the specs of this on eBay, and I'm not sure if I want to believe them yet or not, but we'll get to that. Yeah, I can't really clean the screen, it's good enough. Let's power this thing on and see what it does today. Oh god. Well, that is the most dreadful startup tone I have ever heard. I'm not going to say what that kind of sounds like, but you get the picture. Right, so let's have a look and see what this smartphone does. For $70, let's see. Well, stock Android, pretty much. Not many apps here, which is good. Yeah, pretty much no bloatware whatsoever. And there's a ton of widgets, which is cool. So it seems responsive at first. I'll say that. So we have backup and restore, browser, calculator, camera, calendar, clock, contacts, downloads, etc, etc. All the basic stuff that you would need out of a smartphone. Yeah, SIM toolkit, torch, videos, voice search, etc. WhatsApp is not installed on this. That's a surprise. So let's go into settings and see what it says. Now this is looking more like Lollipop. I mean, it says so on the eBay listing, so I'm going to just believe that it is. I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi and we'll go from there. I am connected to my Wi-Fi network, so let's see what else we can do. Smart Wake. You have a bunch of gestures you can do. I wonder if they would work. Draw W to wake Brower. Okay. Draw O to wake camera. Okay, so let's try C. Ooh. Okay. Let's try O. Ooh. That's impressive. Hey, I've got to say, that's a pretty cool function though. What do we have in storage? I have my 2GB SD card installed. What else do we have? 4.79 gig available. So is it an 8GB ROM with the OS taking up space? And I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Developer options is also enabled by default, which is, I mean, you only have to tap build number 7 times to enable it, but it's still enabled by default. What did I do? What is it doing? Okay, so we just had a bit of a glitch there, but hopefully that's not going to stop us from continuing. Model number, X200, Android version 5.1, kernel, build, yada yada yada, nothing special. Oh. Just have a look at this serial number. Oh, that's great, isn't it? 012345678 A B C D F. Right, so we seem to have a bit of an issue. Something that's just, I don't know, could be just this. Nope. Oh. Facebook isn't responding. Do you want to close it? Yes. Right after rebooting the phone, I believe everything is all good, so it might have just been a one-off thing. Let's not get into that. Hopefully it still works for the rest of these tests. What? What? Uninstall the app. Uninstall this app immediately, Facebook. Alright, Facebook, go. Okay. Bye. Okay, so Facebook's the one causing the... What is going on? This is very strange. Maybe I shouldn't have connected it to Wi-Fi. Righto, let's see the actual specs. So let me install some applications and we'll see what the specs are running on this phone, which I still can't pronounce. Now I just wanted to show you something really quickly. You can see it's not that clear, the resolution on the screen, so I'm not sure what res is actually going to be running, but I would say it's going to be pretty low. So I just went to clean the screen of all the fingerprints, and now touch doesn't want to work. Let's restart it and see what it does. Right, so touch is working again, so let's have a look at the applications. Let's start with Antutu. Why does it always take me 2 clicks every time? Right, so I've just zoomed in to see the specs a little better. So yeah, it's that. X200, 5.1, MT6580M, Mali 400MP, resolution of 540 by 960, which kind of explains why it isn't that clear for a 5-inch display. 5 megapixel rear camera, not too sure what the front one is. According to eBay, it should be 2. RAM is only 512 meg, which kind of sucks. System storage, 4 gig available, 3.8, and internal storage is that. So, is it? Yeah, it's a 4 gig ROM, presumably. Quad core, as it says on the ad. Display, yep. Multi-touch. Let's see what multi-touch is. Probably 2. Yeah, it's only 2-point multi-touch. Not that good. Oh, there we go. Front-facing camera is exactly the same, 5 megapixels, so I wonder if they will look exactly the same. Let's move on to CPU-Z. And with CPU-Z, pretty much exactly the same. MT6580, 1.3 GHz with quad-core device, yeah, 5 inches, correct, 512 meg. Internal storage, yes, so it's a 4 gig ROM. Unfortunately, on eBay it says it's an 8 gig. This could be just an old revision, I'm not too sure. I'll just try one more device hardware app and see if anything changes. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it is a quad core and 512 meg, I would say. Yeah, 512 meg. So I think it's time that we tried out the camera on this thing, since it's 5 megapixel at the front and 5 megapixel at the back. Let's see how it goes. And while I've just only opened the camera app, this is what's happening. It's just focusing on nothing continuously. So let's try it and see what happens. Okay, so recording actually didn't want to work with the fine quality on, but it works with high quality, so I'm not too sure what the difference is. No autofocus. But there you go, that's the quality of this phone. Right, so the camera has been tested. Not too sure how it's going to fare out, but it does seem like both the front and back cameras are exactly the same, which is good. Not too sure what the autofocus issue is though, but it doesn't seem to work otherwise. Now let's try our music player. I'm sorry for the fingerprints on the screen, it's just every time I try and clean it, the phone doesn't respond, I have to restart it, etc, etc. So as always, let's try Mick Gordon's Rip and Tear. I'll see if there's any equalizer settings, of course. There is. Right, so we're going to try it with equalizer settings off, and then we'll try them on. Headphone users, you have been warned. And it appears that these little grills here do not contain an extra speaker or anything like that, they're just there for decoration. Once again, you have been warned. Not the best speaker in the world, but it works. I'll say that. It works. And another thing I've noticed is that it does not come with Chrome. Right, so opening up browser, we get... Come on, open up. There we go, just the usual bookmarks. This time it doesn't have any of the Chinese bookmarks. It's all just the usual ones about blank, and about blank. So what do I think of this smartphone overall? For $70 Australian. You can get some better phones on the market for this price. There's some Alcatel variants and some ZTE ones that are available that are much better than this. But for what it offers, the build quality isn't terrible. Yes, it's got a plastic removable back and a removable battery that might not appeal to some, but the aluminium frame around the phone and the kind of nice sort of looking speaker grills that are fake, of course, they're just there for decoration, they kind of just... It doesn't look like a budget smartphone, okay? Even though it's stock Android, it suffers with some issues, as you've seen. Facebook caused it to crash, and then it just crashed altogether. For 512 meg RAM and a quad core, it is quite snappy. I think that's due to the quad core. If it had 1 gig of RAM, I probably would have been a little bit more happier with it, but yeah, like, it's an okay phone. If the OS bugginess doesn't sort of bother you, then yeah, it's not a bad phone overall. I think the build quality is definitely what's better for this. And even though it uses the old school, capacitive buttons instead of on the screen, you get what you pay for. And I got mine secondhand for, I think, $20, I think, from a pawn shop. And yeah, it works fine enough, I would say. I mean, I've reviewed phones that are a lot worse than this. This is nothing compared to them. I should really start showing videos on here to see what the quality's like, but I think you get the point of it. It's not that bad, not that good, but for the price, you get what you pay for. I think that's what sums it up. If I had the one with the box and stuff, I think it would be a better experience because I could show the box off and the accessories, etc, etc, but I've only got the phone, I can't show much else. So I think that'd be all for this review of the... that is what it's called. If you want to buy one, links are in the description as always. I think you can probably get them cheaper, but I'm just going to show you. I keep seeing them on eBay Australia quite a lot, so I'll just refer the links to there. But if you want to research and stuff, you can to find it cheaper. Tell me what you guys think of this phone. I've got a few more to do, and I think I might buy some more on eBay and yeah, see what they've got to offer. And now let's power off the phone and hear that awful tone that plays. That just ended abruptly. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Comment below if you would like to see more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.